This is Concept 5 Notes. We're going to be talking about ecological succession. So, what is it? It is the process of ecological change in an ecosystem where one community gets replaced by another over time. And there's two broad types of succession: primary and secondary. In primary succession, it's the formation of a brand new ecosystem from scratch. Whereas in secondary, we're going to be recovering an old or previously existing ecosystem. So, first, primary succession. This occurs when a community forms in an area that has never been previously occupied. So, somewhere where there's exposed rock, maybe lava comes and melts, and there's nothing that's ever lived there and hardens and lives there. Melted ice, a glacier is receding, sand erodes, that kind of thing. These can cause primary succession to occur, where we go from something like this to this, which is what we see that happened in Hawaii and other areas where volcanoes have erupted. This takes a long, long time. You're building an ecosystem from scratch, so it's rarely something you would see in your lifetime. Now, in succession, we have something called a pioneer species. This is the first organisms to grow in a new environment. And in primary succession, our pioneer species are lichens and mosses. This is because these organisms can grow in areas where others cannot, because they do not necessarily need soil. They can live on rock, decompose it, release nutrients out of that rock to create a layer of soil that then larger and more complex plants are able to grow in, which is pretty cool. So lichens and mosses, pave the way for other organisms to come move in. Now, you don't need to write all of this, but in general, then what we see is a natural progression. Once there's enough soil, then we start having small plants, maybe little flowers, ferns, shrubs, then those can start growing. As those start regenerating the soil, they can keep breaking down the soil and adding nutrients to it and allowing more soil to be formed. From there, we get larger plants and even trees start to grow. As these plants come in, animals and other species follow and inhabit the area. And it's just this natural progression over time. Eventually, we get to the point where we have a mature community result in which there is little change in the composition of the species. And that's when we would say we've reached a climax community, a mature and stable community of plants and animals. And this is towards the end of succession, which is super important. Now, secondary succession follows a similar process, but is much, much quicker. Because again, it's happening in an area that was once occupied, but there was some sort of disturbance or environmental issue, and now it got destroyed and we're having to rebuild it. So there could be a massive forest fire, clearing land for farming, a hurricane comes and floods everything, any sort of thing like that. So the established community gets destroyed, but soil is still intact. So it's going to take way less time than primary succession because you're not having to make soil. And because of that, the pioneer species for secondary are usually more like weeds and grasses. You don't need all the mosses and lichens to come in and make soil because soil's already there. So you kind of can skip a step. And then it goes much more quickly after that until you also reach a climax community. Another term to know is stable ecosystem. This is one that remains relatively constant, but with predictable changes. So if you remember, community is just considering all of the living things in a given area, but the ecosystem takes into consideration all the non-living factors as well. And it's impossible to think that change won't happen, because it will. But in a stable ecosystem, those changes, like for instance, in weather patterns or what we see in the climate throughout the year, they're constant, they're predictable, they're not causing these massive disturbances that result in succession to happen. So think about it. Where in succession would you expect to find organisms in stages that maybe last shorter periods of time versus longer? Well, the answer is at the beginning. Once it's going to be shorter, because once we start getting some soil in progress, new things can come in. And once that start making the soil better, new things can come in. Once we get closer to the climax community and having a stable ecosystem, then things last a lot longer periods of time and they're not as quickly being replaced. Why would secondary succession tend to occur more quickly than primary? Well, you're not starting from scratch. You don't have to make soil, so it can go a lot quicker. Now, think about an area that maybe would be frequently, disrupted, such as by forest fires every summer or something like that. What kind of things would you expect to live there? Well, probably things like pioneer species, lichens, mosses, short grasses, small flowers, small shrubs, things that can grow really quickly and that are constantly being regenerated after some sort of disturbance happens. Now, the best way for my students in the past to keep these straight is to do a little summary chart. So, primary succession, we're building a brand new ecosystem from scratch, no soil. Think of this as if you're baking cookies from scratch with flour, butter, sugar, everything. Examples are like if a volcano erupts or a glacier melts, something like that. The very first species there are going to be lichens and mosses because they can make soil, and the results a mature and stable climax community after a long period of time. Secondary succession is different. We're recovering a previously existing ecosystem after a disturbance, and we have soil intact. This would be like making cookies from pre-made dough. All you have to do is kind of like form the balls, throw them in the oven. You're not having to do as much work because the basics are all already done for you. Example, this could be after a forest fire, a hurricane, or clearing land for farming. The first species that are going to live there are going to be weeds and grasses, maybe some moss and lichens too, but soil is there, so we don't need the soil to be made from scratch. And again, the end result is a mature and stable climax community. That is your overview on ecological succession.